Hey guys, it's ArchieLuxury, the pontiff on the Pluta channel. Quick wristwatch check. Panic? No! Rolex! Hi guys, ArchieLuxury. Go to f2bbs.com, www.f2bbs.com, the last bastion of free speech on the interweb. That's right, guys. I want you to go to www.f2bbs.com. That's right. I want you to go there. You can, this is a great site to fight against all sorts of nastiness by posting on f2bbs.com, the last bastion of free speech on the interweb. Go there, guys. Hi guys, Paul Pluta on the Paul Pluta channel. Today, guys, I'm doing paid reviews. Back in the saddle. This is paid review 21QA27. Guys, I desperately need more paid reviews, $50 US. Email me, ArchieLuxury72@gmail.com. PayPal $50 to ArchieLuxury72@gmail.com. I'll do a paid review and you will love it. Okay, guys, this one here is from Peter. Okay, here we go. Dear Archie, dear Pontiff, thank you for your great videos. I really learn a lot by watching your reviews. Quick, wristwatch check. What am I wearing? Rolex Submariner. This is the new 41mm date. This is my collection. I have an Omega Seamaster Diver 300 meter from 1995, my wedding watch. I've got a Tudor Black Bay GMT, great for travel. That's the Pepsi Light. I found a Rolex Submariner date from 1993, reference 16610. That's the predecessor, well, actually two predecessors ago from this one. I actually have owned a 16610 myself. Beautiful watch. My last acquisition is the Rolex Air King reference 116900. I really love the dial, and I could buy it new from an AD. Great. I am wondering where I should go next. Knowing that I don't want a chronograph, I was thinking saving for another Rolex, either a Batman or a James Cameron Deep Sea Dweller. I really like both. I will certainly have to pay premium for the Rolex. Which one do you think will provide the best value for money? I also like the Piaggio Polo S Blue dial. Is it really a bad choice in a collection? Thanks for your kind help, Peter. Thank you, Peter. Peter. Okie dokie. So we got a bit of a nice collection happening here, Peter. It would have been nice if you gave me a little bit more info, age, occupation, things like that. But that's okay. So I think you've got a very lower middle class sort of collection. Omega Seamaster Diver 300, great watch, wedding watch, great. Tudor Black Bay Pepsi GMT, fantastic. So we've got a nice diver, we've got a GMT function watch, and then we've got a Rolex sub date. I love that watch. That's the quintessential. I'm wearing a sub date myself. Quintessential. It's just a blokey watch. That's kind of the. It's perfect. And then you've got a Air King, a modern wind and wear, and I've actually owned that Air King myself. That same model, I've owned it. Beautiful watch, very underrated. I think it's actually a beautiful. I actually loved it. You know, photos don't do it justice. I mean, people say that all the time, but with that watch, it's a bit of truth there. Knowing that what do I get next? What do you get next? Well, look, just stop. Let's have a look at this. I got to be totally honest with you. Can I be frank with you? This is a very much a lower middle class collection. A Batman I got to be honest with you, Batman or a Batgirl, I think that's going to be you're paying a massive premium for that. Massive premium. James Cameron, deep sea dweller. See, the thing about the James Cameron is, again, it's a big, chunky, bulky, chunky monkey. I kind of think, you know, if I were you, you don't want a chronograph. Yeah, okay. Because I'd say get a Speedy. Well, the Speedy's no longer good value. I think you're right. As long as you keep adding Rolex, as long as you keep adding Rolex to this collection, it'll grow quite nicely. It's going to grow nicely. It's not a bad sort of collection to have there. My best advice for you, I would say to you, look, maybe I would be more inclined to add a GMT, because we've got an Omega dive watch and we've got a Tudor GMT. Wouldn't it be nice to add? You've got a beautiful hat trick of Rolexes, sub date, Air King as your wind and wear. Wouldn't it be nice to have like a GMT function watch in the Rolex brand? Now, I'd even say Explorer 2. Maybe the 40mm would fit in beautifully with your vintage, you know. When I say vintage is kind of like 80s, 70s and 80s Rolexes. Classic is kind of the sapphire crystal, 80s, 90s, 2000s, classic. I reckon a similar vintage Explorer 2 would be amazing. That's what I would probably do there. I think the Batman itself, great watch, the Batman. But I don't know. These are a lot of money. I think the best deep sea at the moment is the all black. I think the James Cameron, I got to be honest with you, I think the black deep sea is a bit unloved. That's probably the bargain point. Several thousand cheaper. I'd be looking at that if I were you. I got to be honest with you. I think the simple rule is what'll provide best value for money. See, I don't like the way that question is. I tell you now, if you're concerned about money, don't buy any more. You got enough. Four beautiful watches. They're not Patek level. They're not Vacheron. They're not Audemars Piguet. They're not Lange level, but they're nice upper middle class sort of watches. If you're asking about investment and money, maybe you should pay your credit card off. That's what I would do. My best advice to you would be to pay the credit card off, pay the car payment off, get rid of your fleece, the fleece, get rid of that. I wouldn't really be saying what's the best. See, watches, you should be using surplus money. This is enjoyment money. That's what you put into watches. You don't really put into investing. That's the best investment advice I can give you is to pay your consumer finance off. Consumer finance, you know, the rent to buy furniture, the, stuff like that. The car fleece, the lease, that's what I would try and do. Watches, you know, the way you say that, it's like every nickel, every dime is so important to you. If you can't afford to do it, you got enough. It's really not a nice. I don't think what you're saying is really cool. To be honest with you, I don't think that's kind of the wrong approach. Don't buy anything. If money's that damn tight, don't buy anything. You got enough. But to say which one do you think will provide best value for money? Man, I got to tell you, I don't like the way you're asking that. That's, if money's important, don't buy luxury watches. You got enough. Why don't you sell a few? That's what I'd be doing. So, but I think honestly, you want to put some money in, I would be looking at serious. I reckon an Explorer 2 would be a great piece to add to your little stable there. And don't get too cocky, because I can tell by your collection, middle class. It ain't a fantastic collection. It's not a shite collection, but it's not a great collection. You know what I mean? I think you're being a little bit cocky there. I got to be totally honest with you. Reading between the lines. And then I really like the Piaget Polo S Blue Dial. Is it really a bad choice? Yes, it is. It's a lousy choice. That is for rich people who don't care about depreciation. Piaget is a kind of a bullshit Swiss brand owned by Richemont. Richemont, oh my God, don't get me started on Richemont. They owned Cartier, they owned Panerai, they owned Vacheron, they owned Jaeger-LeCoultre. They're really a money-making machine. And the Piaget, I got to be honest with you, man, you don't have enough money to buy garbage. Piaget's kind of third tier. You know, first tier is Patek, Lange, AP, that's kind of first tier. Rolex. Second tier is kind of your Omega, your, Tudors. That's second tier. This is kind of third tier. It is a prestigious brand, Piaget, but it's, I wouldn't be buying that. If you've only got a crummy 4-piece collection there, let's be totally honest with you. If you've only got 4 pieces, the last thing I'd be doing is investing in a Piaget Polo S. That is stupid. A Polo S is for somebody who doesn't mind not getting their money back. Soft brand, soft. Don't do it. You don't have enough money. You're already asking me. See, the reason I know it's not for you is because you're already asking me what will provide the best value for money. Well, buying a Polo S Piaget is not going to do the best thing for you, man. Stupid. If you're going to buy the Piaget, you've got to buy it secondhand. You've got to get it at a massive discount. I personally wouldn't touch Piaget with a barge pole. There's a certain YouTube guy, really overweight guy. He used to work for them. That's the brand association. Uncool, unkept, that's what the brand goes for. So I don't think a Piaget is cool at all. It's a unkept, ugly kind of a brand. The Piaget is just a takeoff on the AP. That's all it really is. A Gerald Genta. It's just a take on that. It's just so nasty. It's done there. So I got to tell you, Peter. I got to tell you, I'm a little bit concerned. I am a little bit concerned with how. I got to be totally honest with you, Peter. I'm a little bit concerned how that you'd say to me, which one will provide the best value for money? See, that is not a question. Then you're asking me about a Piaget Polo. My God, that worries me. The Piaget Polo, that is a watch that you buy, preferably 60% off. It's toxic. It's not a cool brand. They're not cool. See, you can get a fat pig and put him into a Ferrari. He's still a fat pig in a Ferrari. You know, they are not a cool watch whatsoever. They're a wannabe Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. Okay, that's what they are. They're ugly, they're nasty, they're vicious. You gotta understand this, Peter. You've got a nice, humble, lower middle class collection. You got a Omega Seamaster, you got a Tudor Black Bay Pepsi GMT, 16610 subby, and you got an Air King. Man, it's very middle class. This is not a great collection. It's not a shite collection, but it's not a great collection. Piaget, that's garbage. Someone like you who's asking me about what's the best investment, what's the best da-da-da-da. Man, you're not supposed to ask that question, and then I just get a bad vibe. The vibe is not right for me. The vibe. I'm not getting a good vibe. I don't like the vibe. That's the problem. The vibe is really kind of nasty. The vibe is nasty. It just doesn't flow for me. So I'm going to tell you, man, if I were you, if money's tight, don't buy any more watches. If money's tight, don't buy any more watches. If you're going to have to ask me about investment, don't buy another watch. You got enough. My advice to you, get a 40mm Explorer 2. The Batman, man, you're not having enough money to buy a Batman. You're going to have to save and sacrifice. If I were you, get a 40 mil Explorer 2. That's a beautiful watch. You've already got you got a Pepsi, you got a Truda Pepsi, you got a Truda Light, Pepsi Light, Pepsi Light, got the Pepsi Light, Pepsi Light. So there you go, Peter. Thank you for your paid review. Guys, like, subscribe, tell your friends. Guys, I'm desperate to get more paid reviews. Guys, I am desperate to get more paid reviews. Guys, I got no more paid I need more paid reviews. I need them now. I need paid reviews, guys. $50 US. I will analyze your collection. I will tell you what I think. I will give you advice. I'll answer some questions. $50 US. I make about a 10-minute video. That's pretty good. For a custom bespoke video, $10. Guys, $50. $50. What the hell was $10? $50. $50, guys. Guys, like, subscribe, tell your friends. Look in the description. $50 US. I'll do a paid review. I'll tell you what I think. I'll give you the good, the bad, the ugly. I'll bring out the truth. And I will see you in the next one. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury. And who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW.
Hey guys, ArchieLuxury. Who do I recommend for watches in Brisbane and Sydney? Vintage Watch Co. That's correct. Vintage Watch Co. in Brisbane Arcade in Brisbane and the Strand Arcade in Sydney. Vintage Watch Co. Brisbane and Sydney. Ronnie, I've known him since the late 90s. Ronnie is a top bloke. Luke is a great guy. Vintage Watch Co. That is who I recommend in Australia. Check out Vintage Watch Co. and the guys' amazing range of watches. They also do service and repairs. Vintage Watch Co. That is where the Pontiff goes. You know, some of my Pateks came from Vintage Watch Co. That's right, guys. Vintage Watch Co.